Soundz solo footprint. He's currently working on a video that you boys should definitely check out, so feel free to click the link in the description and drop him a sub. This solo bass comes equipped with a very impressive footprint. In total there are 4 TCs, 3 gatehouses, 3 compound separators. On the inside there are a range of different peak downs that you can use to defend your bass. There are also a couple of chutes around the base that you can drop down and shoot raiders from. Above the peak downs layer we have the shooting floor where there are multiple gaps to roof camp from. In total there are 3 ways up to this level, which makes it quite hard to door camp you. And finally there are 3 turrets at the top to help you keep control of your roof. At the top of the tower we have a bed for respawns, and you can use the tower to shoot people that are further away, or there are gaps to allow you to peek down onto your own roof. Around the compound we have 3 dropbox loot rooms. This base comes equipped with a strong airlock, and taking a left brings you to the tight shell that is perfect for a solo to move around in. Alright boys, and welcome back to another vanilla base design. This one's an Alone in Tokyo style build aimed at solo players looking to defend an online raid. 20 rockets straight through walls will get you to the main TC, however to grief the base an extra 8 rockets per external will need to be spent. This one's definitely a main base, something to slowly progress through. Most solos will not have enough materials to put this down all at once. First of all, on screen is the total build cost, which does include every single deployable inside the base. And to put things in perspective, this is how many boxes of each material you'll need to farm up. And finally, the upkeep is far more manageable due to this base being kept up by 4 TCs. If you boys would like to tour this base for yourself, you can go ahead and use the sanctuary code on screen. And if you guys find a cheaper raid cost than me, then let me know down in the comments. Before we jump into the build, I want to quickly remind you boys that my Discord is in the description if you need any help. And I've recently gone ahead and made a Twitch and it's looking pretty clean, so drop that a follow if you can. And without further ado, let's get into the build. This base works best when the foundations are as low as possible to the ground, so keep that in mind when you're building the starter. To build the starter base, we're going to place 4 triangles on the ground. Upgrade this triangle to stone and surround the bottom level and walls. Upgrade it all to stone and pick a corner to place your TC inside. Add on a lock and a ceiling and a window frame in front. To the left we're going to have a half shelf and you can upgrade that to stone as well. Place door frames inside the gaps. Upgrade those to stone and then add a ceiling. Miss out this triangle as it's going to be a jump up. Place a furnace in the back corner to jump on top of. And then add an airlock on top of your base. Place in all your deployables. Then you're going to come outside of the base and place a foundation and a roof slant on top. Use this as a temporary jump up to your second floor, however they will need to be broken later on. Next up we're going to be working on our outer shell and multi-TCs. Come to another side of the base and we're going to place a foundation and a frame. Upgrade the frame and leave the foundation for just now. Same thing on this side. And you can add a frame over here as well. Next we're going to place 2 triangles off the twig square. And then break the triangle and square. And then you can build back with 2 squares. And repeat those steps on this side. Face your jump up and place 3 triangles off the twig. Upgrade this final triangle to wood. And then break the rest. Do the same thing on this corner of the base. And same thing on this corner. If you've done those steps correctly, you should have 3 wooden triangles pointing at each corner of the core. To turn this into a multi-TC base, we need to build out with 7 squares. Add a triangle on the end. And then you can break all of your squares. Build back from this point using triangle half moon. And then you can soft set out your wooden foundation. Add in 2 more foundations at the end. And you can upgrade this one to stone. Break everything behind it. And then repeat those steps on the other 2 wooden triangles. If you don't have enough space to go out with 7 squares, it's okay. You can go out with 4 squares and then go out with 3 squares. Build out with your first 4 squares. Add a triangle in the end. Break the squares. And you can break your wooden triangle. Then build back with triangle half moons. Break everything apart from this triangle. Then build out once more with 3 squares. And add a triangle on the end. Break everything behind it, and build back one last time with half moons. And you can upgrade the final triangle to stone. And hopefully by this point you've got your 3 stone triangles. From this point we're going to add 2 triangles on each side. These can all be upgraded to stone as well. Same on this side. At this point you will need to soft side out this foundation, and then you can place in your last few triangles. Place a square on each side to close up the gaps. Keep in mind these foundations will be decaying until we can connect them to a TC. Make your way over to this hexagon and we're going to connect it to a TC. Place 5 squares off the middle triangle. Then you can place in a row of triangles and break the 5th square. Add 2 triangles on the left and right, and then upgrade all of this to stone. Do the same thing to the remaining 2 sides. Place a TC on the left hand side triangle, then surround it in walls and roof and add a window. Lock your TC and add a window in front. Then in the middle we're going to place a half wall and a window to the left. Place a full wall on top and then 2 half walls on top of here. Close it up with a high roof. Place in a couple of boxes to make moving around easier, and then come outside and place a roof. Upgrade the roof to stone, then place in a twig triangle to connect this TC to the roof and everything behind it. If you'd ever like to replace your main TC and core, this TC can be disconnected by breaking the twig triangle. Once you've done all that, you can add a window on, and then repeat those steps on the opposite 2 sides. This is what the base should look like with all your external TCs made. Next up, we're going to be building the airlock and the first floor of the outer shell. Next, choose one of the hexagons to become your entrance. Place a single door in the middle, a window on the right, and a wall. On the left, we're going to place in 2 walls, and you can upgrade all of this stuff to stone for just now. Place 2 double door frames in the center, and 2 single doors in between. The side on the left is going to be a wall, and this one can be a single door. Upgrade all these things to stone. Next, we're going to create a half shelf on the left, and we're going to carry the half triangle through, and finally place a half frame in the middle. Upgrade the frame to stone, and break everything else. Add a ceiling on top, and upgrade it to stone. Then you can place in all of your doors and windows. Place in a couple of furnaces to jump on top of. Make your way over to another one of the hexagons, and on the left hand side triangle we're going to build a drop down. Add in walls on the left and right, then you can add in 2 half walls and a low wall underneath. Upgrade all this stuff to stone, same again on this side, and then you can add walls around the rest of the shell. Upgrade all these new walls to stone for just now, and then on each hexagon we're going to add in a half triangle and a half frame inside. Upgrade your frames to stone, and that's the first floor of the outer shell complete. Next up, we're going to be building the compound, the gatehouses, and the compound separators. Before we start building our compound, we need to work on the compound separators. Make your way over to one of these sides of the base, and we're going to add in a square on the left and 2 triangles. You can break the square and leave the 2 triangles. Do the same thing to the other 2 sides. Then off of those twig triangles we're going to add in 3 more. And then you can do that to the other 2 sides, and all of those triangles can get upgraded to stone. On each line of triangles we're going to add 2 frames, and then we're going to wall in the last triangle. Place a half shelf inside, and a door in front. Place in your roof, and upgrade all this stuff to stone. Then you can place in all your deployables. Place in a square foundation to connect your compound separator. Keep in mind that these sections will be decaying until you connect them to a TC, and then repeat those steps on the other 2 sides. Once you've built all 3 of them, you can start making your gatehouses. Face your external TC, and we're going to miss the first square and add a square to the left of the second one. Then you can add in a single door here and here, a double door in the middle, and windows all the way around. And then upgrade your gatehouse to stone. Place some braziers on the left and right, and windows on the front and back. Add in your single doors, and your double doors should swing out to create an airlock on the outside. Go ahead and make 2 more gatehouses on the opposite sides. Finally, we're going to add in the compound walls. Make your way over to your gatehouse, and we're going to place a high external wall inside the middle of the embrasure. Then you can connect your wall to your compound separator. Same thing on the right, place a high wall inside the middle of the embrasure, and then connect it to the compound separator. In total, you're going to need 12 high walls to complete the compound, and then you can finish off any gaps with some barricades. From here, you can place down some furnaces and start cooking up metal. In this section we're going to be doing some upgrading to the core, the outer shell, and the external TCs. Keep in mind that after this we'll be building the base in its final form. Next up we're going to do some upgrading. Upgrade all the foundations in the core to armoured and all the walls. Then you can upgrade the roof to armoured as well. And upgrade the walls and the roof above the chute to metal. Then you can break the furnace and place in a ladder hatch. Upgrade all the foundations inside the shell to metal, and then you can upgrade all the walls inside the shell to metal as well. On the external TCs we're going to wall in the final triangle and place a single door in front. Then you can place in a frame on each side. And then you can upgrade everything apart from this airlock to metal. And once you've done that you can also upgrade the foundations leading towards the gatehouse. And then you can change out your windows for armoured ones. Next we're going to start working on the shell to make your base look like this. Next we're going to raise up our shell by an entire floor. You can upgrade all of these new walls to metal, and you can also raise up all of your drop downs. That includes the one above your airlock as well. And then you can place ladders inside. Next make your way outside and we're going to honeycomb the bottom level. Add roofs off of all the foundations. And then walls on the final triangle. Add a floor on top, and more walls. Dim again on this side, and one more time. You can also raise the triangles above the airlock as well. That completes our outer shell for just now. Next we're going to start working on the core and the peak downs. The second floor of the core can get walled in with metal walls. And then a ladder hatch frame can go in the middle. Add 2 half shelves on each side. And upgrade those to metal too. Place in your boxes and barbecues and then add windows in front. Once your loot rooms are made you can add windows and shutters in front. Then you can place in your ladder hatch. From the top of the second floor we're going to add triangles coming off the core. You can upgrade all these triangles to metal. Then on the corners we're going to add in frames. And inside the frames you can place ladder hatches. Finally you can wall in your jump up and add a roof on top. Place in a frame and a door. Next up we're going to be bringing your base to this stage and add in a couple of frames around the sides. Then you can add all of these walls around the third floor. The walls inside your triangles can get upgraded to stone. And then you can upgrade the remaining 6 walls to metal. Place door frames on top of your ladder hatches. And ladder hatch frames off of those frames. Then you can place metal squares off of the middle triangle. And then place in your triangles as I do. Next we're going to make a jump up on top of our drop down. And upgrade to stone. Place a door frame in front. And you can add a locker inside this triangle. Add a roof above. And then you can add in a window frame and some windows. Finally you can add in an airlock on top of each jump up. Place a wall, a window, a half wall, and a triangle. Break the half wall and place in a frame. Add a roof on top and upgrade everything to stone. Then you can place in your doors and windows. And then you can build the remaining 2 airlocks. That completes the third floor of the base. Next we're going to start working on the roof. To complete your peak downs you can place roof ramps on top of the frames and upgrade to metal. Then you can break both of your furnaces and line this area with boxes. Don't forget to add garage doors and a fence above. Make sure you place all your doors inside the base. To the right of each airlock we're going to add low walls. And then you can add a triangle ramp inside. Then you can place windows in between. Add embrasures inside. And place a stone barricade in the middle. Finally you can wall in the middle triangle. Upgrade to stone. And add a single door in front. Add walls all the way around the triangle again. And place a ladder and a ladder hatch at the top. Then face your airlock and place frames all the way up. Come on top of your ladder hatch and place squares on top of the frames, creating a gap in between. Upgrade these squares to stone, and then wrap them all in windows. Add frames in the middle, and a floor on top. Then you can place in your squares, and upgrade your entire tower to stone. Add embrasures inside the tower, and inside one square you can add in some glass. Place a door in front, and you can use this square for a bedroom with some boxes. Finally, make your way outside the compound and place a frame on top of your door. Upgrade this frame to stone, and then add 2 triangles. Upgrade your triangles to stone as well. Place a square to the right, and a square to the left. Repeat those steps on the other 2 sides, and then you can add roof ramps on top. And once you've added all of those in, that completes the base design. Hopefully you boys did enjoy this one. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and drop me a comment. If you guys need any help, remember my Discord is down below, or you can ask in the comments. I really hope to see this base out there in some servers, and if you guys have any suggestions on what I should build next, let me know. I really hope to see this base out there in some servers, and if you guys have any suggestions for what I should build next, then you can let me know. Make sure you guys come check out the Twitch streams whenever I get started, and I'll see you boys in the next one.